Power, power transfers. This is something that is very well known in the athletics world. Most athletes are quite well aware, and coaches most importantly, they are most aware of the fact that power transfers. What that means is, if you are a boxer, let's say, you can't just only exercise your upper body. You have to take care of your stamina, even though you are not running a marathon, but you have to take care of your stamina. You have to take care of your legs. If your legs are strong, your punches are more powerful. If your core is proper, yeah, you make that turn proper like Ilya Chupoyo. You one area's power transfers to another area's power, you know. And it's something that I also recognize it is happening as well in terms of other things that are involved in the mental space, the spiritual space. All areas of life, actually, they also transfer each other's power to another, actually. And even between people, as a matter of fact. It's only through people who are actually powerful than us that we can actually learn and we can actually get assistance from. So even in that particular manner, power still transfers. You know. So in the space of self-development, and I was challenged by a client of mine. Shout out to Mkolisi. He asked, "Hey, look, listen. Uh, what does self-development got to do with business?" Surely you can still be able to hit a nail with a hammer, even if you are not self-developed, right? You definitely can be able to crunch some numbers into an Excel sheet without self-development, for sure. Yeah. But then I did give him a reason then why I said that is important. And just to add on top of that is the fact that self-development is quite intentional, right? It's quite you when you are saying to yourself, I want to self-develop, you are going to be aware and very vigilant of each and every step that you take. And when you are seeing yourself having a trajectory towards improvement of your self-development journey, it's you're gonna be able to take out lessons from whatever space that is. Whether it is you starting with, I have to read books, it will require certain things out of you. Or if you are like, I'm gonna start from exercising, from whatever station you're starting from, whatever there will be things that you learn from there that are fundamental and first principle that are applicable to everything else. And whatever there is that you are doing will require you to from I can do this to I can excel at this. It will require you to improve and increase the strength of that particular thing. Let's say discipline. If you are able to increase your discipline, let's say in exercise, that can and easily be transferable to discipline in your ability to read, because you're gonna learn what it takes to be disciplined in one field, right? And when you're at the point of self-modulation, you are able to self-modulate yourself in various areas of self-development. You can transfer that to other areas of your life, and that right there is power. That right there is power, and power transfers. It seems like it's a principle of it, actually, that it doesn't stagnate in one area. Once you are good at one thing, you seamlessly get to transfer your abilities to another area of life. So one such important power is self-development. If you are able to self-modulate, and I want to use the self-modulation because it has a proper connotation of what self-development is all about. Yesterday I came back. It was my rest day yesterday, and 2 days back, no, a day back, I actually skipped leg day because the weather was ridiculous, just like it is today as is. So I was like, okay, I'll do this a day like the following day, and the following day was yesterday. And I was coming, I was walking back, I come back, and then I was having waves of doubt in there, like, it's late, or this and that. But I have increased my capacity to self-modulate so much that those things could not actually stop me, because they are problems that I already dealt with before. Like those kind of doubts, they are there, then I just flank them. They are there, then I flank them. So I get to the house, I change it to my gym clothes. As I unlocked the door, it's just after I walked outside, I recognized that front opposite, actually, there's a sort of in-house church going on. I was like, man, now I'm not going to be able to play my music, man. And if I have to wait for these people to finish, it will be around 8 o'clock or so. And at 8 o'clock, I'm supposed to be sitting down reviewing my productivity day, how productive I was during the day, and planning for the following day, and then preparing to sleep and all kinds of things like that. Now, that was a problem that I've never dealt with before. So I went back into the house, that, okay, maybe I should postpone this or just leave it as it is, because today as is, I was going to exercise anyway. It was my exercise day. So I go in there, I am having a mental monologue between, but I have to, I owe a debt to what I was supposed to do a day ago. So I ought to do this. And then there was like, no, but then there are people already, you don't want to disturb the neighborhood and kind of things like that and all that. And then immediately after that, just in a nick of time, the better angels of my brain, or of my spirit, of my being, were like, you don't need it. Exercise has nothing to do with music. You can exercise without music at all. I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I stood up and I went to do exactly just that. Right there. That's power right there. The same thing transfers to my studying at dawn. When I wake up and I'm like, well, I'm awake now. I said I'm gonna do this. Let me do that. What is this? The evil angels of my spirit are no more winning that much anymore. Across many fields. Like, I saw my friend yesterday, he was having some couple of beers and all kinds of things like that. I didn't feel tempted at all. I used to have temptation, like, you know what, maybe if I can do the things I want to do, let me just drink 2-3 nyana. Come on, cut myself a slack nyana here and there. It used to be a very serious contradiction here and there, and all kinds of things like that, and eventually, go do it and all kinds of things like that. Now, I don't. And I don't want to give you an impression of the fact that I'm not drinking or anything like that. It's just that now I can self-modulate better than I could ever do before. I can stop whenever I want. Like, if I'm like, I have things to do, that's the end of it. I don't have nothing, waves of, And the problem is, when you have those waves of conversation in your head that are contradictory, if there is an external party that comes and says, hey, Mona, come on now, Mona, just one. You're gone. Now you are justified to go have some drinks. Now, nothing. I don't have that contradiction in my head, and definitely nobody outside is going to be able to do nothing with persuading me to do something that I'm not intending to do. Right there, that's power. At the beginning of the song, Tears of Joy, I think it's Napoleon Hill. He says, Power is the ability to define a phenomenon and make it act in a desired manner. Power is the ability to define a phenomenon and make it act in a desired manner. And what better phenomenon than yourself to be able to command and instruct to act in a particular manner? And once you get that, man, how many things you can do? How many things you can instruct yourself, like, I want to do that, and be able to do that with no resistance from yourself whatsoever. And right there, that's something that you need for you to be able to be a successful entrepreneur, to be a successful husband, to be a successful whatever the case may be, an athlete, whatever the case may be. And that's why self-development gives you that power to be able to self-modulate, self-direct, transfer power from one area to another with ease by your own volition. As always, God gave you permission to be here. Make it good, make it better. Boy.